The true strength of Liverpool is growing, and manager Arne Slot knows how to hide this fact under a layer of humility. However, what is unfolding is a fascinating story of overcoming challenges and ambition. Liverpool, now stronger than ever, is clearly one of the best teams in Europe. Amid an impressive campaign, they lead the Premier League and dominate the Champions League. And as they prepare to face Girona, they are ready to show that the power of their current form cannot be ignored. If there's one thing Jurgen Klopp knows how to do, it's turn words into mantras that resonate with fans. He spoke about mental monsters and Liverpool 2.0, words that have become symbols of his victorious journey. On the other hand, Slot has a more measured approach, perhaps even a little evasive. Instead of seeking to be remembered for catchy phrases, he prefers to focus on the work on the field. And that work has undoubtedly been extraordinary. With 18 wins in 21 games, Liverpool under his leadership has given fans and the team itself the confidence that they are on the right path, even though Slot refuses to get swept up in the euphoria. While Slot points out that his players are already accustomed to leading the Premier League, he knows that the Champions League story is an even bolder page. While Liverpool won the competition in 2019, this new group is writing its own narrative. The team has defeated giants like Real Madrid, AC Milan, and Bayer Leverkusen, achieving an impressive feat, a 100% win rate, conceding only one goal. This is not just a victory, it's a statement of power, placing Liverpool at the top of Europe. However, Arne Slot prefers not to get carried away by the moment. In a stance that reflects his characteristic of not getting overly excited, he acknowledges the importance of securing a place among the top 8 in the competition, but he's not obsessed with the final standing. It's useful to finish in the top 8, but the real evaluation will come over time, said Slot, reflecting on the challenges of the group stage and what it will mean for the future. Liverpool's next step is to face Girona, a team that hasn't had the best results in the standings, but which, according to Slot, plays better than the numbers suggest. With a win, the team would not only secure its spot in the top 8, but also a chance to avoid the playoff round, something that would undoubtedly be welcomed. And with so many games approaching, especially after the postponement of the Merseyside derby, Slot jokes that perhaps the team would need friendlies to fill the gap. But while many wonder if a break in the playoff round would be an advantage in the Premier League title race, Slot is pragmatic. He believes that if other clubs in the upper part of the table, like Arsenal and Manchester City, remain strong, the title race will be fierce until the end. And in a moment of pure confidence, he reminds everyone that Liverpool has defeated both Real Madrid and Manchester City on memorable days. Jude Bellingham, Real's star, even called them the best team in Europe, a compliment that speaks for itself about Liverpool's position in the elite of continental football. Nevertheless, Slot remains true to his philosophy. It's too early to draw definitive conclusions about the impact of being first in the group stage. Excellence at the beginning of a competition is not always an indicator of success at the end. The Premier League is full of examples of this. Even with a perfect record in the group stage, Liverpool knows that the real challenge will come when the knockout stage begins, and the goal is clear: to achieve even higher performance. If Liverpool keeps up this pace, they could finish with a 100% record, something that should never be dismissed as mere coincidence. For now, Slot prefers to let his results speak for themselves. And as Liverpool continues its journey, he may not be the first to shout champions, but his choices on the field and his strategic vision continue to give the team an advantage that few can contest. What's to come? Only the future will tell, but one thing is certain: Liverpool is on an irreversible path to the top of Europe, and nothing can erase the shine of this achievement. Liverpool's recent series of impressive achievements, remaining unbeaten in the Champions League and at the top of the Premier League table, only strengthens their ambition to continue dominating European football. However, as we have seen before, Arne Slot's decision to not get carried away by early results and to maintain focus on the long term, even in the midst of his excellent form, reflects a project aimed at something even more grandiose: the pursuit of perfection. And this focus is what leads Liverpool to target a player who, until recently, seemed a distant dream: Martin Zubimendi. However, what should have been a strategic move now raises doubts and could potentially jeopardise Slot's plans. If there's one thing Liverpool has learned over the last few seasons, it's that in football, every decision counts. And when Zubimendi rejected the club after a transfer agreement with Real Sociedad, it was a surprising blow to all parties involved. For a team of Liverpool's stature, with their European and domestic ambitions, being rejected by a player who, at first glance, seemed to fit perfectly into Arne Slot's system was, at the very least, unexpected. But what seemed like an obstacle is now starting to turn into a twist. With the club showing renewed interest in Zubimendi, some believe he might reconsider his previous decision, especially in light of reports suggesting the player himself is regretting his choice not to transfer to Liverpool last summer. Indeed, it seems that Slot, with his sharp eye and strategic vision, has not given up on signing the player he believes is key to his tactical setup. But as football's fate is sometimes unpredictable, a new complication has emerged in the form of an injury. Last Sunday, Zubimendi was forced to leave the field just 5 minutes after the break due to a back injury. While the severity of the injury has not been confirmed, rumours suggest he could be out of action until the new year. This immediately raises a question mark over the possibility of Liverpool advancing with the negotiation. After all, the team already has a solid midfield line with Ryan Gravenberch playing an essential role, as well as Alexis Mac Allister, Curtis Jones and Dominic Szoboszlai, who have all been performing at a very high level. Therefore, the need for a new player in this position is not urgent. But the question that hangs in the air is, even with this possible injury, does Zubimendi still fit as the ideal piece for Arne Slot's project? The answer, it seems, is yes. The problem now is that Manchester City's interest, always attentive to market movements, could complicate the negotiation. If Zubimendi truly regrets his choice not to move to Liverpool and expresses interest in joining the team at Anfield, competing with a giant like City could become a decisive factor. However, the trust in Arne Slot's work is something that could tip the balance. If Slot believes so strongly in Zubimendi's potential, Liverpool shouldn't hesitate to try to close the deal again, even with the risks involved. After all, history has shown that bold decisions are sometimes the ones that result in the greatest achievements. Zubimendi's future, however, does not depend solely on his physical recovery. There's also the mental factor. How will he handle the pressure of joining Liverpool, knowing his performance will be constantly analysed in comparison to the excellent campaign the team has been having? The pressure to adapt to such an ambitious team, and the possibility of being the difference maker for a team that aspires to win everything, can be both a challenge and an opportunity. For Liverpool, the negotiation with Zubimendi has become a test of patience, foresight, and the ability to adapt to the unexpected twists of football. The question remains whether, with or without the injury, the team will finally secure the talented midfielder, and if this decision will be the key to further solidifying their position as the best team in Europe.